Okay, so we are now 2 days removed from the firing of James Franklin as head coach of Penn State Football. I've been saying it for years. A lot of people have been saying it for years, and all the talking heads are talking about it. But here is one point of view that you might not have had yet, and that is from a fan. Not a talking head, not a football expert per se, but someone, this guy right here, born 12 miles from the stadium, grew up 12 miles from the stadium in the little hamlet, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. On game days, while we were playing football, pickup football, if the wind was right, we could clearly hear stadium chants. Don't tell me I'm not a fan. I have my wall in the midst of the rest of this, but I have my required viewing. There's Joe. Hi, Joe. There's a lion. Don't tell me I'm not a fan. Right? But here's the thing. The reason fans have been calling for James Franklin to be fired for so many years, and it has been years. We didn't want him fired because he lost to Oregon 3 weeks ago. We didn't want him fired because he lost to UCLA. Devastatingly so. 2 weeks ago. We didn't want him fired because he lost to Northwestern at home on homecoming 4 days ago. No, that is not why we wanted him fired. We wanted him fired because those 3 losses perfectly encapsulated the ineptitude of James Franklin as the Penn State head football coach that we have all seen over the last 11 plus years. He cannot manage a clock. His woes in the big games are well documented. Oregon. But hey, we always beat the teams we're supposed to beat. Do we? Not particularly. 11 years. 1 Big Ten championship that he won on a fluke blocked field goal return for a touchdown. Penn State is not about fluke victories, people. Penn State is about sustained excellence. No, that does not mean winning a national championship every year, but it means not embarrassing yourself on a regular basis. It means not fucking the clock up in the last 2 minutes of the game or even the first half. It's about not calling cute plays when you're in the middle of a drive that's progressing just fine by running off tackle runs or 6-yard slants. People poo-pooed Joe Paterno for the longest time because he didn't run up the scores, because he was playing his backups so he could develop his depth. He wasn't calling exciting plays. Do you know why? Do you know why Joe Paterno has 409 wins? It's because once he found something you couldn't stop, he just kept running it until you stopped it. Franklin, on the other hand, goes, well, that play seems to be working really well. Let's not run it again for the rest of the game. Let's try a double jet reverse sweep with a play action to a third tight end. This is why fans wanted James Franklin fired. It's because he cannot coach to save his life when it counts. And as we've learned, he also can't coach when it doesn't count. Games that you're supposed to win by 3 touchdowns don't really count, but you should be able to coach for those. You should be able to have your guys focused on the games that should be easy, because those are the ones that you lose. And if you lose if you're not prepared. Guess what happened the last 2 weeks? 2 straight 3 touchdown favorites. He couldn't get up for either one of them. That is why the fans wanted James Franklin fired. Not Oregon. Oregon's a good fucking program. We all know it. Ohio State, last year and this year, best team money can buy. Don't get me started on NIL and the transfer portal. But here's the thing. You cannot say we are an elite program. We have an elite quarterback. We, this year, are going to make a run at a championship. We've been hearing that garbage for 11 fucking years. And it never happens. We never even get close. When we lose, when we get eliminated, it is never by the skin of our teeth. It is a profoundly fucked up experience that makes us think about not supporting our team. And we do support our team. We support those guys that put on the blue and white and go out there and get hit and run plays that make no sense. And use video games to train their quarterbacks to read defenses. The fans are not fickle. The fans are why you play. And if you lose the fans, then why are you even there? So, Coach Franklin, I hope you find another job at a school that will appreciate going 8-4 consistently and make their December 30th bowl game and maybe compete for the MAC title. Penn State fans want better, deserve better, and you couldn't provide that. That is why we wanted you fired.